So one of my mutuals actually asked a good question, but unfortunately I can't find the video, but shout out to Ray Voice. Now the question was interesting. Who would you consider not to be a villain if it wasn't for the protagonist's point of view? If anyone brings up Killmonger from Black Panther, I got questions for you later. I say look no further than the Tethered from Us. You see, underground across the US and possibly the world, the Tethered were created. But the Tethered were incomplete copies because while they were able to copy the bodies, they weren't able to copy the souls. So now you got two bodies sharing the same soul, but the problem is only the Tethered could feel it, so whatever the above counterparts were doing freely, the Tethered mimic and were forced to do it. Now, whoever created the Tethered, probably some world governments, decided, hey, yo, we want to control people with this, but unfortunately, it only worked one way. So they just kind of left them underground in these facilities, fucking around and doing whatever their counterparts above were doing. Kind of fucked them all up. And it's real fucked up, because imagine riding a roller coaster you're not even on. But Adelaide and her Tethered Red actually had a special connection. And because of that, took inverted paths to actually meet one day. Red then knocked Adelaide out and decided to take her place above ground while leaving Adelaide trapped underground with the Tethered. So while Adelaide was stuck underground with the Tethered, Red was able to live above ground as a normal person, but they were still connected the entire time. The rest of the Tethered saw Adelaide as special and made her their leader. Adelaide then spent the rest of her life training the Tethered to become more of their own and take over above ground by killing their counterparts, while also making their own statement with their version of Hands Across America. Now, when it comes to the Tethered, I can see why they did what they did, because a lot of shit they did wasn't exactly their choice. Like, imagine you went through life, fell in love, and had a family and everything, right? And then another version of you had that same family, except none of y'all had a choice in the matter. All while living underground, surviving off of raw rabbit meat, and mimicking everything y'all did no matter what it was. Just from that alone, I can see why they'd follow Adelaide in her rebellion, especially when they didn't have a natural upbringing in society like us. But legit, all of this happened because of the dynamic between Red and Adelaide, and I can completely understand her side. Red took Adelaide's life and smiled while doing it, and in the process choked her out so bad she can't speak without talking like the Grudge. And at the end of the day, they both proved that they're the products of their environment. Red was raised like a civilian while Adelaide was raised like an abandoned experiment, and they both became exactly what you'd expect from those outcomes. So because of Red, Adelaide became her. And by the end of the movie, you found out she was not only crazy, but she just spun back accordingly. Because given what they both went through and what Red did, this shit was a natural outcome. But that's just my thoughts. What do y'all think?